What's going on, guys? We are here for day number 3 of the Merch Focus 30, and today I just wanted to come to you guys to show you exactly the same process that I'm using to go from an idea that I have to actually building a shirt myself with very minimal graphic design expertise and just on a low budget. I already have an idea in mind, and it's in, as you guys can see, the one I've been poking around here is the neuroscience niche. And so I've actually gone to Amazon, searched neuroscience t-shirt, and this is kind of the first place I start if I have an idea. So I'll go here and actually take a look at some of the shirts on here and do a little research and poke around. And this is where you could also pull Jungle Scout and see kind of which ones are selling the best and what their BSR is. Now, I've already done all of this and I have a really rough idea of a shirt that I want to design. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to breeze through this so you guys can see, just to get some rough ideas. So these shirts, you have one that's selling here 29 units, 7 units, and then you have a few that have a BSR, but they're all doing less than 5. So this might not be an absolute home run shirt, but there's still some search volume here and shirts are selling. So if I can create one, in the next 5-10 minutes that I can go ahead and upload today, that's great. So I have an idea. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to Merch Informer. And I did a brief video on this yesterday, but I'm using Merch Informer's new designer feature where you can actually create designs in here, and it's pretty fast and easy. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select the product. Now again, we're sticking with kind of the neuroscience theme. Let's see, it looks like it's pulling up my last design here. Let's give it one sec. There's the turtle shirt. So let's see, reset to default. Okay, guys. So what I am going to do, so the idea for this shirt is just to have an image of a brain and then underneath have some simple text that says, use it wisely. That's it. So the first thing I would do is, if I have this idea and I know I'm going to put text on there, I'm actually going to go first, before I even waste any time designing, and check TM Hunt and then also the USPTO website. So use it wisely, I've just typed in here. Now I normally actually go ahead and do partial match just to hopefully catch some other things and make sure that I'm not getting close to any kind of infringement, and go ahead and do a brief search. Now this isn't pulling up anything crazy. I did, just to give you guys an idea though, I did also check use it. That does pull up some things, but I went through these and I think that this is going to be fine just to use. It's pretty generic and pretty broad. So if I go to use it wisely, I don't see anything for that. And then I'm actually going to do the same and use it wisely. And let's see. Word mark. So yeah, guys, I mean, again, this is just kind of, to be careful. We want to just make sure we don't see anything in here crazy. So I'm just scanning. Yeah, so I don't see anything in here. Now, if I wanted to get really careful about it, I could go through and click through each of these, but I feel comfortable enough to move forward. So once I've gone through both of those, I'm just going to go over and go back into the designer here. The first thing I want to do is actually find an image. So I'm going to go and see, number one, if they actually have any in here. And hopefully they'll have something good. Okay, we don't have anything. Brains, nothing. So in this case, I can do a few things just to find, a simple brain kind of clip art. I'm going to go back over to Canva first, just because I think that it's fairly easy, and they have a lot of good stuff. So let me just see if I can find anything in here. Now there might be an easier way to do this. This is just kind of the roundabout way that I've found to do things, but let's see. So yeah, so they have some stuff in here. Now they have these pro ones, and then they also have some more basic ones. I'm not going to get too complicated on this, so let's just see if we can find a decent one. I like some of these ones that cost $1, but I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to try to avoid spending money on that. Let's just go ahead and do one of these basic ones. Now, obviously, guys, again, remember, like, this is super simple. This is not going to be high quality design, but it's going to get us somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm sure there's probably a faster way to do this, but this is just the way that I know. So for now, I'm going to download this. Since it's free in here, Canva has kind of given us the permission to use these for free, just to use their software. So it's really cool. But now I can go ahead and take that exact same design, and let's see. Okay. What I'm going to do is essentially just open in Photoshop and then peel off the background. So the same as kind of what we went over in the last video. Let's see if we can pull that up. Downloads. There we go. Now I'm going to actually go ahead and pull the white background off and go ahead and save that. And then I'm actually going to go back into Merch Informer's dashboard here. And guys, I'll leave a link down below in the description, obviously, to all of the tools I'm using. Canva, Merch Informer, they should be pretty easy to find. But now I can go in here and choose that exact same design. Let's see. It's cool. So now I have it in here. It's already uploaded. Background's already peeled off. And let's just go ahead and add some text. So this should be pretty simple. Just gonna go with this one. Use it wisely. Font size. Let's just see how that turns out. Obviously a little too big. So yeah, you think you guys get the idea, but you can play around pretty quickly with this, and you'll notice like we're moving here. We're just going really fast. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it white just for the sake of simplicity right now. So look, something super basic like this. Now, again, this is not going to be anything too fancy, but just to give you guys at least a very, very basic idea of how you can create a design. So let's just see if there's anything else we can do to make this look a little nicer. Yeah, it's pretty cool because you can go in here and you guys can see they have tons of different options to use. And again, it's almost overwhelming how much is in here and how much there is to choose from. So can definitely take some time to play around with it. I'm just going through randomly though right now. So let's just see if we find something we like. Okay. Let's see. I just want to get some more inspiration and just see what other people are doing. Okay, these are pretty basic text. Kind of like something like this, little kind of on the goofier side. So let's just see if we can find anything somewhat similar. Okay. Trying to remember what we even added here. Here we go. And now we need to make it small. Cool, so nothing too crazy, but I kind of like this. Let's see, I'm gonna curve it a little bit more. It's gonna get pretty blurry pretty quickly. Height, what if I do height and curve? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, interesting. So you guys can see I'm still figuring this out quite a bit. Wow, ooh, I kind of like that actually. Sure, let's go for it. So yeah, so simple design. Obviously, if you guys have some more time, you can put it in, and then you just download it. See? Now the cool thing, as I mentioned before, is that when it downloads it, it's already ready to go for merch. So now, if I go directly into merch, I can just easily go right in here and front 1813, fire this bad boy up. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is obviously I need to figure out brand name, title, and then bullet points. So brand name, I'm probably going to do something fairly simple and just go off of, neuroscience. So for that, I'll probably just do like we can take a look at some of these other brand names just to get kind of an idea. Neurology, neurologist, gift teas, right? So these guys are obviously keeping it simple. And look, that shirt's just a plain neuron. So it's crazy. Like I know some of these designs I've actually seen are just free clip art you can get on Pixabay and some of these other websites. Like this one, I'm pretty sure is out there. This one I know is. You can get that for free too. So, okay, cool. So let's get into it. I'm going to do men, women, and youth. Now, most of the time when I'm doing a design, my goal is to have it look amazing on the clean black one every time. And then obviously if it looks good on other colors, that is also obviously a plus, but I think the primary concern is black and then adding in other colors from there. So I just kind of take a look and see what works with my eye. So just kind of some random colors here. And then as far as pricing, I normally start off at the $12.99 kind of lower tier area, but looking at these, you guys will notice a lot of these ones are at $19.99, $20, $21. We have some 18s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to price a little bit competitively. I'm going to start at $14.95 to still catch some of the lower hanging fruit. And here we go. Now, one trick I have learned is with the mock-ups here, sometimes they are not the main image is not the color that you necessarily want. I don't know if this is a hard answer way to get around that, but I found that a lot of times if you toggle the color you actually want off and then back on as like the last color you've chosen, sometimes it'll pull it up as the main mock-up color. Let's see if it happens. Okay, so this one obviously hasn't. That's fine though. The gray is okay. Yeah, it should be fine. Cool. So brand name we'll just do brain neuroscience shirts. Cool. Now title is obviously we want to start with keyword loading, and so that's where I start to get into some of the keywords. So back in Merch Informer, the next thing I go ahead and look at is, I believe it's in here. Yeah, here we go. So let's just say, I'm going to start with neuroscience. So this is going to pull up a few. So we have neuroscience brain, neuroscience, obviously competition, it looks like is fairly low. Neuroscience shirt, neuroscience t-shirt. So I'm going to go with something simple here. Now another one before I actually do that, guys, I will show you, so Jungle Scout, I've been talking a little bit about this method, but I also pulled a report, not just to see kind of a rough number of the sales, but also the associated keywords. And again, this is just kind of another tool so I can look at, these are the keywords that are being pulled out of, I think, primarily the title, but also in the descriptions. We'll see kind of the same: funny, brain, neuron, neuroscience, science. And then there's obviously a bunch of kind of the other ones that are packed in there. Psychology, that might be something, neuroscientist. So I've got those. And then the one last tool I'm going to check is Sonar. If I can spell. Yep, that's right. Okay. Cognitive neuroscience. So again, guys, now we just have a ton of different keywords and some long tail keywords that we can even put in as well. So that gives us some firing power. So I'm just going to go back and do neuroscience, brain, humor, use it wisely. Cognitive t-shirt. Cool. And then in the bullet point features, that's where I start to, again, kind of pack in some more of the keywords. So so I'm saying science lovers will get a kick out of this brain-themed t-shirt. Makes for a funny neuroscience gift. Okay, let's go back. The other one I might want to check is just brain. Again, you guys can see, but they're pulling off both Amazon and Cafe Press, so we're getting keywords from both. And I'll do the same over here. Okay, so we have a bunch of different options in here. None of these are really hitting on what I want to hit on right now, so I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I kind of like the path that we're going down with the neuroscience, so I'll just say, but I will include that. So brain themed, brain related t-shirt for people interested in neurons and the study. And then the product description, I try to get a little creative. Now, you obviously don't want to say anything about product quality, shipping. All of those are big no-nos, but just kind of reiterating what I have here in the bullet points. Again, I think, the more stuff, like Amazon gives us, these areas to pack in as much as we can. So if you really fill in the keywords, the title as much as you can, that puts you in a good place. But to actually create a really good listing and really get at least a step up on the competition, I just like to put a little bit more time in and also fill out the product description. So again, in here I'm just going to pack it with some more stuff. So and this is going to sound like total sales copy, but I think that's fine because it works. You know, it's worked for years, and it's what gets people to buy things. So they might not even look at this, but just to get it ranked and hopefully get someone to find it organically, I think is kind of the big win here. So and that's pretty much it. So as you guys can see, we've got just an extra 3 sentences in there. We can obviously add more if needed, but I think that's going to do. So we have two pretty strong keyword packed bullet points here, and then we have our title. We have this, we've done the pricing, and we've looked competitively to price it so it's lower than everyone else that's on the first page, but still getting us a little bit of a royalty, and then also gone ahead and done the description. So I'm just going to go and finalize it, and that's pretty much going to be it. Let's just get this thing up and running. Cool. So with that being said, guys, so you guys can see that total process took, you know, maybe what, 10-15 minutes, and it was pretty quick and easy and painless, and there wasn't much really to it. So using just kind of a bunch of free tools and then Merch Informer's design program, Merch Designer, we were able to create a design, find keywords, and build a relatively well done optimized listing. Now, the one thing I will go back to on this is to remember that the design you probably want to spend the most time on, and for the sake of time in our video here, just kind of breeze through it, but that'll just give you guys an idea of kind of the process to create these quick and easy designs on a low budget and get them listed live. So we will be back tomorrow, day 4, with